Very brief look at calculus, review 8. So f of negative 1, this is basically an algebra 1 problem. It's asking me when x equals negative 1, it's asking what the y value is. So I'm going to go over to negative 1 on my graph, and I'm going to go up to the graph, and the y value at negative 1 is going to be 1. So f of negative 1 is just 1. Now f prime of 0, that's asking what the slope is. What's the slope when x equals 0? So x equals 0 here. Notice the coordinate is a little bit above 1, like 1.1 or 1.3. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the slope of this line that coordinate's on. And the slope of that line is up 1 over 1, 2, 3. Up 1 over 1, 2, 3. It would be 1/3. Now, for number 3, find the limit of f of x as x approaches negative 1 from the right. That's what that little positive sign means. That means I'm going to approach negative 1. Here's x equals negative 1. I'm going to approach it from the right. As I approach it from the right, I get closer and closer to this y value of 1. Find the limit of f of x as x approaches 3. So x approaches 1, 2, 3. There's no sign there, so that means the left and the right. So it approaches 3 from the left and the right. That's going to approach y value 0. Limit of f of x as x approaches 2, so 1, 2. Notice the left-hand limit is going to be 1. The right-hand limit, the left-hand limit is going to be 2. The right-hand limit is going to be 1. And because there's a jump there, we put the limit does not exist. And that's what they were talking about in Mean Girls. There's a jump discontinuity at that spot. Average rate of change, f of 3 minus f of negative 1. So let's see what the y value is at negative 3. So f of 3, f of 1, 2, 3 is 0. Minus f of negative 1. Negative 1, f of negative 1 is 1. And then we just do 3 minus negative 1 on the bottom. We don't have to evaluate or anything. That's just going to be 3 plus 1. So my average rate of change is going to equal negative 1/4. Let's just pop the dot at 3 and negative 1. So over here at 3, 1, 2, 3. Over here at negative 1, if I were to connect those dots, notice my slope would be down 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 ways to do it. Okay, find the derivative. So number 7 is just the power rule. So 3 times 5x, that would give me 15x squared. And the derivative of negative cosine is going to be positive sine. So plus sine x. Now we have to do product rule. So I'm going to crack it down the middle like an egg. The derivative of e to the x is e to the x. The derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. So I'm going to do my crisscross applesauce here. I'm going to do e to the x times cosine x. E to the x times cosine x. Minus, because this times this is a negative. Negative e to the x sine x. Chain rule. So I'm going to take the derivative of the outside. So that would be 3 times 4. That would be 12 times sine x minus 1 squared. Now I have to go back and take the derivative of sine x. The derivative of sine x is cosine x. And that's it for the chain rule. Quotient rule. Quotient rule is going to be low d high minus high d low. Draw the line and square below. So this is my high. This is my low. My d high is going to equal the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. My d low, the derivative of negative cosine x is sine x. And I'm going to do my low d high. I'll write it down. Low d high minus high d low. Draw the line and square below. So that's a little memory mnemonic I use. So low, d high, so that's going to give me negative e to the x cosine x minus high d low minus e to the x times sine x. Draw the line and square the low. And the low is cosine x, negative. So it's going to be negative cosine x squared. And I'm going to leave it like that. If I start simplifying it, I might mess it up. All right, find the derivative of negative cosine x. Evaluate it at x equals 3 pi over 4. So the derivative of cosine x, is sine x. And then I'm going to plug in the 3 pi over 4. So I need to know what sine of 3 pi over 4 is. So if I use the unit circle, the x value is cosine and the y value is sine, and they want me to find sine of 3 pi over 4. So I'm going to go to 3 pi over 4 on my unit circle here. There it is. And the y value is root 2 over 2. This one we can do on the calculator, remember? So I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to hit the button. Oh, first I got to make sure I'm in mode 1. Can't be in complex mode or anything. And when it has this little antiderivative or area under the curve notation, I'm going to hit that button. Then I'm going to type in 3 alpha red x, hit the x squared button, plus 2 alpha red x, plus 1, from 0 all the way up until 2. Hit equals, and it'll find the area for you. 14.